Welcome back to another wacky, wild edition of Wake 'em Up Wednesday. Hooray! We're back. We're live again. It is Wednesday again. Time flying on by. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? I hope so. Hope you guys are ready to have some fun tonight. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, like the cost of friggin' gas going up every friggin' day. Isn't that fun? Who doesn't want to talk about the cost of the friggin' gas skyrocketing through the friggin' ceiling? I mean, it's going to be a fun show, of course. We're going to talk about more than just gas prices going up. We're going to be doing some shill busting tonight. It's going to be a good time. Strap in. It's another Wake 'em Up Wednesday with your host, Jake the Awake. You guys ready to have some fun tonight? Let's boogie. RY getting us started with a pre-show super chat. He says, "Hi, Jake. This is a layup for all the awesome Richie from Boston, Roseanne, Trump, etc. impressions you have done at my requests over the past live streams. Thanks for putting out the truth in such a hilarious manner, brother. Love you, man." Oh, thanks for the layup super chat to get us started. I appreciate that, RY. You are always so generous, sir, and you have been sending me pre-show super chats for quite a while now, so I can't tell you how thankful I am that you're here to enjoy another. All right. My watch page is on and popping. Everything looks good on my end. I see some of my mods are here, like Rose Bell. Hi, Rose. I see Holden out there. All right. And also, another pre-show super chat came in from another one of my mods, JP Crucino, and he says, "Hello, Sir Jake. Coming in behind RY with another layup super chat for your genuine contributions. Schiller's Anonymous will never prevail. Big thanks as always." Wow, so generous. Hey, these layup super chats are awesome, you guys. You know, I enjoy doing the impressions or singing the silly songs or answering questions or reading whatever super chat message you guys have included. But I really do appreciate these layup super chats getting us started, right? Whew. Nice, easy points on the board. Thank you very much, JP Crucino and RY, getting us started with some super chat love tonight. All right. And earlier, the Fonz had a funny comment. He said, "Fittest flat earther has the same nose, mouth, and chin structure as Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves. So I guess he must be a fallen angel playing the role of Germano Reeves." See the mark on his chin? And as you can see, Fittest flat earther has the same mark on his chin. We're going to get to that. We're going to bust his ass here tonight. I'm sure you guys have probably seen Fittest Flat Earther get forced upon you on one of the social media websites or here on YouTube, and people have brought him up a number of times. So tonight we're going to bust his shill ass. 13 Gerino says, "Hey, Jake, do one on LaFlop and his media fanboys someday." I had to look up what you meant by LaFlop. Just before we got started, I saw this one come across the screen, and I was like, "Who the hell's LaFlop?" And it turns out that's LeBron James. I guess they call him LaFlop because he flops so much. So LeBron James is like the modern day Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan was the one that made basketball go international, and they grew the popularity of basketball through the manufactured superstardom of Michael Jordan. And so then after Jordan retired, and then they did the Kobe and Shaq thing, then they needed another guy. So LeBron is like the current modern day Michael Jordan, and he won't go down being as great as MJ in most people's eyes, but he's another manufactured superstar. So in a real game of competitive basketball, I doubt this guy would be that good anymore. All right. Big Money Bob gifting 5 Jake the Awake memberships. Awesome. Big Money Bob gifting the gift of Jake the Awakeness. I really appreciate that, sir. All right, RY. Looks like he's got our first impression request for the night. He says, Elmo complains about the Trump raising gas prices by starting the war with Iran. Roseanne responds to Elmo and calls him a commie and praises Trump. All right, I think I can make it happen. All right.
Elmo's sick and tired of getting taken advantage of at the pumps. Do you know how much it costs for Elmo to gas up his SUV? It costs over $100 for Elmo to gas up his SUV. Quite frankly, Elmo is sick of it. And Elmo knows this is all Trump's fault because he started the war with Iran. And now the Strait of Hormuz is all fucked up. That's exactly what a commie would say, you know. All the commies who are born and raised on fucking Sesame Street, always telling lies about Trump. If you really knew the truth, then you'd know that it's Joe Biden's fault that the gas is so fucking high. It's a combination of Joe Biden, Kamala fucking Harris, and oh, bummer. That's right. It's the Democrats' fault that the gas is so high. But you wouldn't know that because you're a fucking commie repeating lies that were told to you by like the mainstream media, you know. There you go. Woo! All right, I think I pulled it off. There you go. Insane in the Brain says, you are the man. Oh, thank you very much, Insane in the Brain. You, sir, are also the man for telling me that I'm the man while hooking me up with a super chat. So that makes us both the men. Yep. I'm the man, you the man, and we are men. All right. Thank you, Insane in the Brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain. Sorry. Couldn't help it. Decran4D says, do Trump signing a guitar in the jungle room in front of fake news reporters while Ian Carroll is in the background swearing he's not the fit flat earther guy. All right, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't really even know who Ian Carroll is. The name sounds slightly familiar, but I don't even know who that is. Is that like some political guy? Sorry, I won't be able to pull off Ian Carroll because I don't know who it is. But I could still do something with this because I know who Trump is. So let me see if I can do something with this, even though I don't know who Ian Carroll is. Maybe I'll use that in my impression here. All right. Let me see what I can do. So this is very important breaking news. We interrupt your favorite program because I'm going to be doing a very rare signing of a guitar in the jungle room. Now,
You might hear some swearing in the background coming from, quite frankly, he's a loser because I fired his ass, coming from Ian Carroll. But I want you to go ahead and just ignore the swearing that you hear in the background because he's not important. What is important? I'm most definitely not Elvis. All right. There's a rumor going around that I'm Elvis, but as you can see, my hair is not the same color as Elvis. Elvis, he died a long time ago, so obviously I'm not him. So these rumors, not true. Probably being spread by the lousy left wing. All right. I know Joe Biden liked to spread rumors. Possibly could have came from him. Maybe it came from Ian Carroll. And if we listen, you might be able to hear him now.
He's the fucking fittest flat earther. This is how Ian Carroll sounds. Fucking fittest flat earther. Fucking shit cocksucker motherfucker. This is Ian Carroll.
Ta-da! There you go. I hope that's how Ian Carroll sounds. Let's take a guess. All right, RY coming in with another donation. Says, Jake, can you please do an impression of Elon suggesting that Tesla should get a new government subsidy so everyone can own one to fight high gas prices? What we're possibly looking at is a existential crisis, and this is clearly being done on purpose to destroy humanity. So I think right now it's important that we pass a bill that every American citizen can get a new government subsidies, so everyone is able to own an electric vehicle and therefore overcome the rising costs of gasoline. All right, my Elon impression kind of sucks because we haven't been covering Elon lately. I haven't pulled him up on screen lately. Like, there hasn't been that much Elon news, so I haven't done a very good impression of Elon lately. If there's some big time Elon news and we were to start covering him and I could watch him and listen to him for a good 5-10 minutes, I'd probably do a better impression. But I got to be honest, I haven't watched any Elon in a while. So my impression of Elon's skills have diminished a bit. But they could be built back up if he was to become best buds with Trump again and get back in the news. There was that stretch where him and Trump were like BFFs. And so like I was getting better at doing my Elon impression. All right. RY wants me to do Richie from Boston throws a bring your own Bible vape juice party.
I am very excited to announce in the hills of the beautiful Sierra Nevada, I'm going to be holding a camp out, bring your own Bible vape juice party. Now, what this is, it's going to be the largest gathering of individuals preventing themselves from getting Chinese nano AIDS at once. And so what that means is we're going to have the most people coming together. We're going to have our own private campground. And what we're going to do is we're all going to sing Kumbaya, and then we are going to all simultaneously, as one, we are going to vape the organic Bible vape juice together. And we are going to rid our bodies collectively of the Chinese nano AIDS. And this will be a record-breaking amount of individuals coming together to rid their bodies of Chinese nano AIDS. And we're even going to be in the Book of World Records. So it's going to be exciting.
What? I couldn't think of the Guinness, but
we're going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't even know if there's still a such thing, but if there is, we are most definitely going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
There you go. It's going to be that big of a party. Sounds pretty exciting. All right. Oh boy, I think once we get through these pre-show super chats, we can actually start the show, right? You guys know how it goes. Got to get through the pre-show super chats, and then the actual show begins. There's still more, lots more. Oh boy. All right. Doxological Thinker says, can you do Trump saying we have to send a rocket to Mars to lower gas prices? So a lot of people right now are making the mistake thinking that the rise in the cost of fuel is related to this war in Iran. There really is no war because we're fixing to wipe Iran off the map. And I've already warned them within the next 48 hours, if they don't clear out of the Strait of Hormuz, we're going to bomb their nuclear facilities. So there won't be any war much longer. And you heard it here first. Now, what we're really working on right now, we need to send a rocket with the help of Elon Musk. We're going to send a rocket to Mars, and what this is going to do is we're going to mine Mars. Now, Joe Biden won't tell you this. Nobody on the left will tell you this. Mars, we believe to be rich in organic fuel materials. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a rocket to Mars, and we're going to begin mining on Mars. All right. Now, what we don't want China to get there first. We don't want China to beat us to Mars. So we're going to be starting this new mission effective immediately. Once we effectively mine Mars for all of its precious fuel and materials, you're going to see the cost of fuel go down significantly. The whole reason why fuel is as high as it is right now is because of Joe Biden. There you go. There you go. That sounds about right. I mean, if they were to tell the sheeple at home that that's what they're going to do, they'd probably believe it, right? Why wouldn't they? I know me some sheeple. I'm pretty sure they'd believe that. All right. You guys ready to get this party started? Oh, looks like I missed a super chat. My bad. Almost missed one. Don't want to do that. One coming in from Cam Dynasty. He said, impersonation of call for an uprising, saying the elites are raising the gas prices and Bill Gates is buying all the gas. Welcome back to another call for an uprising video. And as you know, the elites want you to own nothing and be miserable. And they're nearly accomplishing that goal right now. Bill Gates wants to jab your whole family. And of course, Bill Gates also wants to enslave you. He's going to buy everything. He's going to own everything, and you will own nothing. Right now, Bill Gates is buying all the gas. And of course, that's why us debt wage slaves, we're not going to have any gas. So then they're going to force you to go out and buy an electric vehicle. So then they can spy on you. And then they can keep track of whatever you're doing. And then they can program the vehicle to break down. This is a call for an uprising. We need to wake up now. And we need to have an uprising. And this is a call for it. Bill Gates. All right, there you go. Some of that I totally agree with. My impression of call for an uprising did make a few good points in that rant, right? There we go. I think we're all caught up now. Just about. All right. Jake, can you please in a person? Trump. All right. Looks like there's one more, and then we can officially start the show. All right. RY wants me to do Asmongold, showing cases of $7 a gallon gas in California. All right. All right, I think what we need to do, if we're going to pull this one off, I'm going to have to quickly pull up a news report about the rising costs of gas so that I could properly do this Asmongold impression for you. All right. Here we go. You guys are not going to believe this. This is freaking insane.
News now, the Trump administration has reportedly offered a 15-point ceasefire plan to Iran. No response yet from Tehran.
While they wait for a response, the Pentagon continues to move thousands of more Marines and sailors into the region.
What?
Meanwhile, gas prices are
No way!
$1 a gallon since the war began.
But some smaller stations are 20, 30, even 40 cents less than most. We sent CBS LA's Nicole Comstock to find out how they can afford to do that.
Can you guys believe this? I mean, who can freaking afford this? I can't afford this. All I do all day is just get millions of views doing this. I just print money all day. I can't freaking believe this. Oh, I'm so stressed out about the rising cost of gas. This video right here about me freaking out about the rising cost of gas is going to get like 3 million views in 24 hours. I'm going to make like 40 grand on this video just doing this. What the fuck? God, I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Who can afford this? Not me. I only make like 50 grand a video.
That's right. You know, people in the area tell us this place behind us here has the cheapest gas they can find right now. It's about 23 cents per gallon less than the average here across LA County. And the owner tells
you got to be kidding me. You've got to be freaking kidding me. There you go. Asmongold. Don't you wish you could just do that every day, 2-3 times a day, and make like at least 10K a day doing that? Imagine you make 10 grand a day just doing that. Imagine you make millions of dollars doing that. Yeah, I'm in the wrong business. Here I am fucking doing impressions of Asmongold for $2. Maybe I should just have been Asmongold. If I'd only been Asmongold, then I could have did what I just did for 10 grand rather than $2. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Fucking Asmongold. Can you believe how many views that motherfucker get? I know he's artificially pushed, right? His views have got to be artificially inflated, but there is a ton of comments, right? So he does get real engagement. I've seen videos that look like they have a shitload of views, but then there's not much engagement. So you can tell it's all bot views mostly, but he actually does have just tons of engagement. So there's actually people out there following that guy and watching that shit. It's not just bots. Anyway. All right. So you guys ready to get this party started? All right. Let's go ahead and get this party started now. Speaking of the rising costs in gas, that's actually what we were going to be talking about. Funny how that works. All right. So let's start with people freaking out about the cost, but there's also people asking the question if the gas has been watered down or tampered with, and that if the gas is now being burnt quicker than usual. So there's people not just freaking out about the price of gas, but now people are starting to wonder if their gas is burning extra fast because of some sort of chemical additive, or they changed the fuel, or it's not as good of quality as it used to be, or they're watering it down somehow. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the common man freak out about the cost in gas, and the common woman.
Why? My gas tank usually costs like 34, like 33 for a full tank right now. And oh my God, it's still going. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's still going. 46 cash, bro? What the hell is this?
That ain't shit. Here in California, it's like $5 a gallon on average. And so I have a minivan, and that shit was costing like about $90 to fill up. So it costs me like around $90 to fill up a minivan.
I want you to guess how much I just spent on gas. Can you even guess? I don't even think you can guess how much I just spent on gas.
Just tell us.
I'm going to tell you. $45 at BJ's. $3.30 a gallon. Everywhere else, it's like $3.65 a gallon.
Dude, those are great prices, especially if you live here in California. We would love to pay that price, and here she is bitching about it. Maybe she should go maybe she should go give some BJ's so that she could afford to get gas at BJ's, right?
$3.30 a gallon. I'm sorry. $45 to fill up my tank when 2 weeks ago I was spending like 32, 30, like anywhere between 29 and 30. I don't have $45 to spend on a tank of gas, and I need to drive my car. I need to get places. I need to work so I can afford the gas that an orange man decided to hike up because he needs to start a fucking war to cover up the fact that he's in the Epstein files and should be in jail.
Tell me that wasn't annoying as fuck, right? Don't you love it when they like do this thing where they like get the camera, woo, close, bro, right? Oh, gotta love it. Or hate the fuck out of it.
To start a fucking war to cover up the fact that he's in the Epstein files and should be in jail.
Little did she.
All right. We'll get on to the next. It gets worse, but eventually people start questioning if there's something up with the gas that's causing it to be burnt faster. We're going to get to those guys in a minute. Guys are going to come up with that theory. None of these women are going to come up with that theory. D. Cran says they are mixing something in the gas to make it burn faster. You know what? You might be right. I just started hearing about this, so I haven't noticed it myself yet. I just started hearing people bring this up, and sometimes I don't drive as much as other times, so I go through times where I'll drive and take a mini vacation over to the coast and back, and I'll put more miles on it, and then I'll go through weeks where I don't drive that much except just to the store and back. So it can all kind of depend how much I drive. So I haven't noticed personally that the gas is burning up faster, so that's why I wanted to run it past you guys and see if you guys have noticed that the gas seems to be burning faster or not. And Jay Lewis 1391 gifted 5 Jake the Awake memberships. So if you get one from Big Money Bob or Jay Lewis, give them a shout out and thank them for hooking you up with the membership.
And I get the cheap stuff, ethanol, put all the chemicals in there. The cheapest gas. What? $53? I make $10 an hour at work.
Oof.
5 hours worth of gas. I fill up like once a week because I don't live anywhere near work.
Why was gas just $60? I would scream right now, but there's 2 men right next to me.
It literally just cost me $95.
That's about how much gas is costing for me where I live. So this is the first girl that talked about a number that sounds about right to me.
To fill my car. Is this a freaking joke? Didn't y'all vote for this man because of no war?
isn't cheap gas. I thought that's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted cheaper shit. Cheap gas being one of them. But what do we got? A war and gas is nearly $4. God damn it, I hate you.
Everybody wants to blame the president. So anyone who blames the president for the gas price is retarded. Doesn't matter whether you voted for Trump or didn't vote for Trump or what. If you believe that the man Trump is who makes gas go up and down, then you are retarded. It's as simple as that. Doesn't matter whether you like him or don't like him. If you think that he controls the gas, then you're fucking retarded. Right? Can you believe there's still people out there who think that like this one man, this one guy makes all these decisions and controls all that stuff? First Amendment came in with the super chat that I missed earlier. It says, thank you for the green background, good greenery. Oh, well, you are welcome. And hopefully you are enjoying some good greenery while you partake in this here scenery. First scenery. All right. Got another super chat that just came in from RY. It says, Jake, you missed a few super chats earlier. Well, I just went back and got that one. So I think I should be caught up now. If not, I'll go back and catch up here in just a second.
Y'all. I hate y'all in my car just like a man thirsty as shit.
Yeah, boy.
Happy Friday to you bitches.
I feel her pain.
I'm getting gas, and the fact that the gas only took me to $30 and it was half. Oh my God.
Yeah, Hondas are usually great on gas. So if she ain't got the Honda truck or something, she ain't got the Honda four-wheel drive or something, $30 for a half tank of gas in a Honda, they out there trying to choke us out, y'all.
Guys, these gas prices are astronomical right now. I am currently waiting in the longest line at Costco to get gas, and gas here in the Midwest, well, where I'm at is $3.29, and that's for the cheap gas at Costco. Most places around town are like $3.59, $3.69, $3.79, and that's like the cheap gas. Like where I used to live in Arizona, it was already like $3.79 for the cheap gas at Costco, and the prices just keep rising. I'm sure it's probably over $4 now. But wherever you are, like how much is the gas?
All right. Sorry to interrupt this boring ass biatch, but we got a super chat that I missed from Hank, the mean man, who's actually not a mean man. He's actually a pretty nice dude, at least through the comments he's left and the super chats that he sent. Seems like a cool dude. You should change your name to Hank the Cool Dude Bro Man. He says, Jake, do an impression of Trump calling into your live stream and desperately trying to convince us that he really is in charge and controlling things. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, that's definitely the sound of my phone ringing. Hello? Yes. This is Trump calling in to talk to Jake the Awake. Now, here's the deal. I heard you on your program telling all of your viewers that I am not the one who's in control. I'm not the one running things. That's exactly what the left wants you to think. They want you to think that Joe Biden is still in control. Let me tell you what, old creepy Joe is not in control. Kamala's not in control. Obama's not in control. You want to know who's in control? Me. Nobody controls things better than I control things. And you want to know something? After I finish bombing Iran's ass, I'm going to come after you. You're going to see me in court. You're going to fight a legal battle against me like you've never seen before, and you're going to lose. I'm going to run you through the cleaner. You're going to wish like hell you never, ever brought my name up. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to tell everybody that I am the one who personally controls gas prices. Go ahead, tell them. I don't know if I could do that, Trump. Shut your mouth right now or you're fired. You know what? I'm tired of your shit. Jake the Awake, you're fired. I don't think you can fire me. I just did. All right. There you go. There you go. That was hard to try and have Trump call in and me go back and forth between me and Trump calling into my show. That was harder than I thought it would be. All right. There you go. I almost missed that super chat, but now the world is good. We're all caught up.
Around you, is it absolutely astronomical like it is here? Before all this shit going on in our world, gas was literally like 2 something a gallon. I want to say like low twos, like 225, 235, and now it's shot up to like 379. That's crazy. Let me know what the gas is around you.
Yeah, you guys who live in the Midwest, your gas is always cheaper. It's like the closer you get to the coastline on either coast is when the gas goes up. So in California, you know, we're always more expensive than the Midwest. But, you know, you guys in the Midwest don't have a nice ocean to go hang out at. So gas may be expensive here, but I also am within striking distance of going to the beach, right? And going to some nice areas along the coast. So I have the luxury of at least being able to visit the coast. The only problem is the gas costs $5 a gallon, and it's going to cost me a full tank to get over to the coast and back. So for me to just go enjoy the coast where I live for a day, the gas is going to run like $90. Right. So that's the cost of having the luxury to be able to go visit the ocean. See, so you can live in an area where the gas is much cheaper, but chances are it's going to be more of a boring area with less stuff to do, less nice places to go and visit. Right. So that's the problem with living in the Midwest. There's not as many nice areas to escape and go visit. You got to drive a long way to go to the ocean. All right. RY says, I'm not happy about gas prices either, but these women screeching like hyenas, I would bet that these ladies are in the I don't need no man club. Yeah, well, most women are in that club nowadays. Men don't want women nowadays, and women don't need a man nowadays. So, yeah, that's like the new norm now. Thank you, RY, for the multiple super chats tonight, brother. I appreciate that. And Rex James with a super chat said, word up, Jake, can you do Charlie Penguin Zero explaining to Asmongold that his goof juice will improve MPGs? I don't even know what goof juice is. Are you talking about the Vax? Is that what you're talking about when you mean goof juice?
One thing I can tell you is I'm still trying to get over the utter disappointment that I'm still feeling that P. Diddy didn't get a harsher jail sentence for all of the crimes he committed for sticking dildos in people's buttholes. It still rips me apart inside. But I'm starting to feel better little by little, and that's because I've had plenty of goof juice to help improve MPGs. My MPG rating is better than like a perfect score on GoldenEye on the N64. So that's why I wanted to reference Asmongold's latest video. If only he knew that consuming the goof juice will help increase his MPGs, then he would know that his personal longevity would highly increase in quality. And that's why I wanted to tell you guys today. I'm very deeply concerned that P. Diddy might try and take advantage of your butthole and shove a dildo in your butt. So what you need to do is you need to watch out. You need to watch your ass. So this is a shout out to S Gold and a shout out to you. Make sure P. Diddy doesn't come up behind you, try and rub baby oil on your anus, and put a big black dildo inside your butthole. It happened to me. I have experience with this issue, which is why I'm so traumatized. I'm a dime store Keanu Reeves. All right, there you go. That's definitely what he would say about that. All right. So getting back to the topic at hand, the gas prices.
That's how much it cost to fill my car this morning from empty to full with 80 cents off a gallon. Literally.
So I have to do this video because this shit's getting out of control. I'm at AMPM. This is the cheapest gas.
That's how much gas is where I live. So this guy probably lives in California. Yeah, Arco's one of the cheaper spots, right? And then some of the smaller, like Indian-owned Middle Eastern guy gas stations. But they might be the ones who have the cheap, shitty gas that burns up twice as fast. I don't know.
It's around. This was $4.69 the day before yesterday. It's now $5.05. This shit is going up 10 to 20 cents per day. This is getting out of control.
Like I said, man, these pricing.
I always pay like 50. Oh?
People are rich. $141 for 20. Ooh, is that for a truck? I think. Sure, this dump truck right here is rich. They spent $200 for 29 gallons. Reasonable. We got 2 gallons. 2 gallons for $18.
That's the LA gas. So the LA gas does go for like $7-8. LA and San Francisco. All right, there's one guy in here that talks about the gas being cut with something. I think it's this guy right here. Sorry, I had to put you through all of those whining people, but this is the one where the guy makes the claim that the gas is being messed with. This is what I wanted to get into even more.
Do a follow-up video about how my car is using twice as much gas as it was before we started this war with Iran. Now, you can all call me crazy and say there ain't no way possible. They're not putting water in the gas. They're doing something, okay? They're doing something. I drive a lot. I drive an hour to work. I drive an hour home from work. I fill my tank twice every week. It used to be $30 to fill it. So $30. And then on Wednesday, I fill it again. That lasts me the rest of the week. I fill my tank twice. Since this war in Iran started and the prices jumped up, now I fill my tank Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night.
All right. So I want to stop it right here and ask you guys right after I do this quick impression
of Archaics telling you about how this is not the rising cost of gas. What it is the difficulty of the simulation has been increased. The creator of this simulation has personally turned up the difficulty meter, brother, and this is proof that we live in a highly sophisticated simulation. Now, I drink bourbon whiskey in my coffee every morning to put a little pep in my step, if you know what I mean, and I am a former criminal. I am a former sex offender, but my past is in my past, so I don't want you to judge me on what I have already done hard time for. I want you to judge me on what I'm telling you now. And brother, I'm telling you right now, we live in a simulation, and the creator of this simulation has turned this difficulty meter all the way up to level 10.
There you go. All right, so now I want to ask you guys, have you noticed the gas prices, or not gas prices going up, of course that, but have you noticed the gas burning faster? So I didn't catch what you guys said before because I was too busy doing impressions and watching videos and shit. So tell me now in the chat, and I'll pull up some of your guys' comments. Have you guys noticed the gas burning faster? Because I haven't noticed that, but this has just been brought to my attention. Like this video that we're watching now came out like yesterday. So I just started hearing people talk about this, and I found a mainstream news report addressing this. So we're going to watch that next and see what the mainstream has to say about the gas being messed with. But you guys tell me what you think. User says, my gas burns the same. I think this is a psyop where they put this out knowing people will run with it. Yeah, see, nobody's shown us like any proof as far as like miles to the gallon and show us like, oh, I put, you know, a 1 gallon in there and I was on empty before, and now it's my car's running out after only 9 miles or something. You know what I mean? Like somebody would have to show us some more proof, you know, give us a little more to work with besides I'm gassing up more than usual, right? Local Enterprise Broadcasting says the answer is yes. When oil goes up in price, they increase the ethanol content, which has less energy density than good old-fashioned gasoline. This is why the pump says up to 10% ethanol. See, I don't really know anything about that sort of stuff. That is most definitely not my area of expertise. So I'm not the type of guy who's going to pretend like I know how much ethanol is or is not in the gasoline at the local pump. So you might be totally right, bro. And that's the thing. I just started hearing about, you know, them cutting the gas with something and it burning faster just recently. And I haven't noticed personally. So that's why I wanted to run it up the flagpole with you guys and see what you guys think. And thank you for the super chat from Local Enterprise Broadcasting. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback as well. So we got one from Real Life Finance. He says 100% the gas is being cut with something. Was getting 360, 380 miles before low gas warning. Now it comes on at 280, 300 miles. Wow, okay. So you notice a significant difference in your mileage that you're getting per gallon. All right. Insane in the Brain says, I ride a bike. Hey, man, I know how it goes. Actually, I don't really know how it goes because I don't even have a bike. I have an electric scooter, but I only use the electric scooter when I'm on a mini vacation. So I totally don't know how it goes. I don't know why I said I know how it goes when I don't know how it goes. I haven't ridden a bike in a while. Exposing YouTubers says, I have a gauge that measures my miles per gallon. No change. All right. So a few people saying they don't notice a change. A few people saying there's for sure a change. See, so we don't quite have a definitive answer to this, but it wouldn't shock me if they are messing with the gas. I wouldn't put it past them at all. Mr. Up the Score said, I'd buy the theory, though. Yeah, it doesn't sound like something they wouldn't do, right? But the gas would still have to get you at least 60, 70% as far as normal, right? Because if it dropped off too much, then everybody for sure would notice, right? Or maybe it depends on station to station, or you know what I mean? Like the quality of gas might differ from location to location. Who knows? Local Enterprise Broadcasting says, I'm a mechanic. I've done experiments with graduated cylinders. heated fuel samples, ethanol boils off at lower temperature, and noticed a measurable difference in volume. Well, I don't think you have much reason to lie about that sort of thing and donate and lie at the same time. And you sound like you know what you're talking about. I mean, shit, you sound trustworthy to me. In fact, I'm more inclined to trust you blindly than the government or the mainstream media. What you're saying sounds reasonable. I'm just totally not a mechanic. There's things that I'm really good at, and then there's things that I take to someone else to fix, you know, because I'm not a mechanic. So I can't say as I have any expertise on this matter, which is kind of why I wanted to run it past you guys, because I figured maybe somebody out there in my audience would have some information. Rex James says, if a few dollars more for gas is going to cripple your life, you probably should not own a car and rethink your life choices. Well, it adds up though. You see what I'm saying? So like an extra $2 means to fill up your entire tank, like that's like a noticeable difference each time. You see what I'm saying? So like if it goes up a couple bucks and then each time to fill up your tank, now you're paying an extra 20, 30 more dollars. Well, then you have to think every single time you gas up, you know, over the course of a year, that shit adds up. You know what I mean? So when you look at it over the course of gassing up a bunch of times over a year, yeah, man, it totally adds up. I mean, when I'm driving across the country and I'm here on the West Coast, oof, I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm like cringing every time I have to fuel up, but like, because I'm not a rich man by any means. But then when I'm traveling into the Midwest and I get into like Colorado and it's like $2.50, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like half as much to fill up my minivan. It's noticeable, right? So I'm not the type of guy who just wants to piss away an extra $20, $30 each week, an extra $40, $50 each week. You know what I mean? Because that shit adds up. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not rich by any means, and most people aren't rich, you know, and aren't looking to piss away extra money, right? If anything, you want to cut back on frivolous spending and spend less here and there, right? So that you have extra money to do fun things. And with the rising cost of gas, that's like the main cost for me to go somewhere and have fun. So if I used to be able to go somewhere and have fun for $50, and now it's costing twice as much, man. Now it's like $100 just to take off and go somewhere for a day. You know, hey, that adds up, right? So not everybody, you know, can afford to keep biting the bullet over and over and over and over again when it's not just gas, it's everything, right? And a lot of people are being priced out of owning a vehicle. That's kind of what they're doing. They're pricing a lot of people out of housing and pricing a lot of people out of owning a vehicle. And just they're making being alive like a constant bill that you have to keep up with, or else you're totally fucked, right? Like just being alive is this constant bill that's always running, a constant tab always going that you have to get out and stay ahead of at all times. And then there's these things that can come along, you know what I mean? Medical bills, as unexpected bills can show up and totally wipe out years of savings. So anyway, I don't want to go off too much on that, but Exposing YouTuber's channel says, I don't drive erratic, but just punching it to get over a lane, a noticeable dip in miles per gallon. So you do that enough, it can impact you 50 miles per gallon. Yeah, so the way you drive does impact how far you get on each gallon of gas. So if you are one of those people who likes to slam your foot down on the accelerator and go, wah, all the time, you're definitely going to burn up gas faster doing that than somebody who eases into the accelerator and doesn't speed a lot on the freeway. And if on the freeway you like to do like 90, 100 miles an hour, you're going to eat up a lot of gas too. Whereas if you're one of those people that does the nice 60, 65 miles an hour, you'll get better gas mileage. The more stop and go, the more times you punch the accelerator, you're definitely burning up the gas faster. So yeah, you can have two different drivers, exact same car, exact same everything, exact same gas, and you'll get one driver getting more miles to the gallon than another driver simply by the way they drive. Exactly. Good point. A lot of people don't think about that sort of thing. All right. Let me make sure I'm caught up on super chats, and then we'll continue on here. I'm driving. All right. I did miss one from Bob Lines. Wants me to do a Richie from Boston impression. Promoting something. Something or other. One second, guys. Let me quickly pull this up and then we'll move along. Shit. All right. My bad. Bob Lines, sorry for missing your super chat. He said, do Richie advertising the juice as a mileage booster. So some people are not going to believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth. But I swear to you, and as you know, I am a man who does not lie because I am a Christian. I am a man of God. What I'm about to tell you is definitely not a lie. So I'm just going to come right out and say it. My organic Bible vape juice will quite literally, if you add it to your fuel tank, it will increase the amount of miles that you get per gallon. I don't even know why. I don't know how it works. That's not my area of expertise. All I know is I have a friend who tried it. He was in a pinch. He ran out of gas. So he dumped the remains of his Bible vape juice cartridge into the tank, and it mixed with what little gas was left in there, and he was able to make it to the next gas station. It quite literally saved his life. So then he dumped another Bible vape juice cartridge in while he filled the tank up to see if it would increase the gas mileage. And I shit you not, he gets twice as much miles to the gallon now that he has added a Richie from Boston's Bible vape juice cartridge to his gas. All it takes is one cartridge per tank. You're going to get double the miles to the gallon. I literally have no reason to lie. Order as many carts as you can from my promo code down below. This is going to change your life. In fact, I'm kind of worried the government's going to come after me when they realize what we have done, what we have invented here. It's going to change the industry forever. This is Richie from Boston. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out. All right, there you go. I gave you an extra long Richie from Boston impression for accidentally making you wait so long by missing your super chat earlier. There you go. Now I think we're finally caught up. Oh, no, we're not caught up. RY coming in with another super chat. Wanting me to do Russell Brand. Russell Brand floating in space talking about the gas prices. Oh boy. We are currently facing an existential crisis which is threatening the existence of humanity here on the planet Earth. And that's why right now I have to look down upon the lovely Earth from above, from the International Space Station, where in cooperation with all of the exploration agencies across the world, we come together as one to explore the outer cosmos and do experiments here in outer space so we can find whether or not gravity affects little pieces of hay that get stuck within the crevices of my horse teeth. Now, as you know, with the rising cost of fuel, the rising cost of housing, and the rising cost of being alive, it's making everyday life much harder for the everyday bloke. But of course, as you know, I'm very rich and very famous, so I of course don't notice the rising cost of gas, nor do I notice the rising cost of everyday essentials. It's because I'm very rich and famous, which is why I was chosen to float around in the International Space Station to begin with, in cooperation, in emphasis, in euphemistic euphorism, with the patriarchal oligarchy. All right, there you go. Whew. There you go. I think I earned that one. Whew. All right. Let's get back on track with the gas here. All right, so I put the question to you guys whether or not you guys think the gas is being tampered with, whether it's burning faster than usual. And we had some people say yes. Some people say they haven't noticed. One guy in particular, he super chatted a few times and even said that he's a mechanic and that there's more ethanol being added to the gas. So definitely something could be up here. I wouldn't doubt it.
I fill it at the same time. It's about an eighth of the tank, eighth of the way, an eighth of a tank, and I fill it all the way till it clicks. The same gas station. The only difference is the gas is more expensive. So you tell me I'm crazy? Why is my car burning more gas? The only logical explanation I can come up with is that there's either water in the gas, because I notice my car doesn't run as smooth as it did before. It doesn't idle the way it did before. And sometimes I swear to God, I stop and almost sounds like my car is going to stall. Now I have a Toyota. It's reliable. It's never broke down. It runs good. Hasn't broke down yet. But what I want to know is, why is my car going through the gas quicker? It's pretty easy to explain when I go from 2 tanks to 3 tanks, when I drive the same distance every single week for years. So you tell me what's up. Not only is it per gallon costing me more, now I got to put a whole nother tank of fuel in my car. But why? Can someone explain this to me? Is there like magical gas, like a vapor that they put in it? Is it water? Is it like a cheaper version?
A magical vapor. Well, one guy here mentioned ethanol. The official truth seeker says Richie from Boston is a shill. Fittest flat earther is a female. Now, I'm not going to sit here and call Fittest flat earther a girl, but what I will do is bust his shill ass here next. So we're going to get through the gas thing here, and we're going to watch one more report about the gas being possibly tampered with because the mainstream reported on it. And then my plan was to move on to busting Fittest flat earther for his fraudulent content that somebody's helping him make. There ain't no way that Fittest flat earther making all those videos and coming up with all that himself, right? And every video is like the same type of TikTok style, like, look at this right here. You see this mark on this guy's face, and it's the exact same mark on this guy's face, so therefore they must be the same guy, right? So yeah, we're gonna get to him next because he didn't even exist like back when I got started, right? Back when the flat earth top was huge. He wasn't around. There was no Fittest flat earther back when people were making flat earth content, right? So for him to come out as Fittest flat earther and then do nothing but this celebrity is this celebrity type content nonstop every day, and he's promoted on every platform. Yeah, total shill. That's not something a regular person does. And if a regular guy does decide to do that with his life, they're not going to get promoted heavily on every fucking platform if they're legit. All right. Thank you for the super chat donation, Official Truth Seeker. And he also comes in with another super chat, says he's obviously an agent. Look how many views he gets. So I only use Facebook to promote this YouTube channel. So I use Facebook as like just a place to post links for my YouTube channel, right? I know Facebook's run by the man, right? And the government monitors all that shit. And so all I basically do is use it to promote all my latest videos. I post my thumbnail over there telling people to come watch the live stream tonight. If I put out a video, I go over there and I post, hey, I just put out a new video. So basically I only use it for promotional. So I'm only on there just to post links for my own channel, right? And in the short time I'm on there, I see Fittest Flat Earther getting promoted on Facebook almost every single time. Almost every fucking time, if I see my home feed for a second, he's in there with a check mark next to his name. And it's one of his videos being promoted like it's an ad on Facebook, right? So I'm only there for a short time, right? It's not like I'm hanging out on there for fucking hours or anything, right? No, I'm only there just to quickly post my link, and I still come across him almost every time, dude. And so I've also seen that he gets views on all the other platforms too. Sometimes he gets hundreds of thousands of views. So definitely, if somebody's getting promoted on all the platforms, then that's pretty much the sign that they're controlled opposition for sure. We'll get to that next, for sure.
Somebody tell me, because I don't know what the hell's going on. But no, I'm not losing my mind. This is the truth. 2 tanks to 3 tanks in a week.
Y'all, the gas tank is not gas tanking. You're telling me I filled up on Sunday and it's already at half? But when gas was like $2.50, $2.80, I could go anywhere and fill up like a week and a half later, and now I'm already at a half? Why is my car eating on the premium lunch steakhouse menu?
They not putting real gas in my car. I'm convinced this is not real gas in my car, because there's no way. I usually fill my tank up, once a week, and now it lasts me like a week and a half. Why am I already down to almost less than half a tank? And it's only been like 4 days.
All right. Official Truth Seeker. Looks like he's also been fed up with the amount of Fittest Flat Earther that he's seen. Says, Fittest Flat's hat is Baphomet colors. Just the look on his face. See this right here? See how he has the exact same scar as him right here? Yeah, I can't stand his stupid ass. We're going to get to him here in just a few minutes. I see you sent a couple super chats about him, though. Yeah. I agree. That's why I'm doing the stream tonight. Gonna bust his ass. Official Truth Seeker also says, my channel gets shadow banned like crazy. Shit, if I don't have NFL rigged in my title and it's not NFL season, yeah, I can barely get 10,000 views, right? Right. So when I see, his videos sometimes getting hundreds of thousands of views on every platform, and then he'll claim that he's getting censored. We're getting censored. Hopefully this video won't get censored because we're getting censored. Like you ain't getting censored. You're getting promoted. You're getting shoved down my throat on social media when I'm not even looking for your fucking ass. That's unavoidable, right? I wouldn't be talking about him if he wasn't being shoved down people's throats on social media. And a lot of people are falling for it because he does make it sound like he's making compelling arguments. He does make it out like he's showing evidence. All right. Official Truth Seeker says, ridiculous. My Facebook gets throttled too. He gets views. I notice with social media sites like that, if you post something personal, like a picture of yourself in like, you know, a woman, and you're like, we're getting married, you know, or we got engaged, or we're having a baby, then they'll pump you to all your friends' feeds, right? So if you're like posting a happy picture with like some really good news, they'll pump that around. But if like I post like a link for one of my videos, then only like a fraction of people see it. So if I post a picture of me and my dog smiling, and I say like, we're gonna go to Disneyland, it'll get hundreds of reactions and stuff, and way more people will see it. But if I post like saying something, saying, hey, go watch my latest video, and a thumbnail for my latest video, they'll reduce how many people see it, and it'll only be like 10 or 15 of my like hardcore followers will even see it, right? So they totally pick and choose what of yours they want to show the rest of your friends and followers. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I only use that Facebook to promote this YouTube channel, and I don't even use the other social media sites because I don't have time and I don't have the energy. Like, I don't have the time and energy to. I do have the time. I just don't have the want or the energy to keep up with all the sites, right? And so to see Fittest Flat Earther be able to keep up with all the sites, somebody's got to be helping him. One man can't be keeping up with Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and be getting promoted, and be getting all those views, and be finding all that material and making all those videos every day like an assembly line. No ways. So that dude's probably got 2 or 3 people helping him behind the scenes for sure. Official Truth Seeker says, the clown said Toby Mac was Eminem. He came to my channel personally after I showed tons of evidence that Justin Bieber was Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl and has played the role of Bad Bunny many times. So I showed tons of evidence of Bieber and Bad Bunny supposedly hanging out together. They'll have like a fake lookalike Justin Bieber, and then Justin Bad Bunny hanging out with each other, trying to make an alibi. And I broke it down. I did an entire stream breaking it down, and I was the only one who pointed it out. And I showed a ton of evidence. That motherfucker showed up to my comment section after my stream ended and said, nice try, dog. I already proved that Bad Bunny is Enrique Iglesias. Nice try, dog, is what he comments. And then he tells me he already proved Bad Bunny is Enrique Iglesias. So it's like he just came to my comment section and shit all over my work, tells me I'm wrong, and then trots away like there ain't going to be no recourse on my end, like I'm not going to say or do nothing about it. Think again. This is a channel that has always called out shills and fucking liars and charlatans. Always. So he picked the wrong dude to come over here and start some shit with. All right, you're making me want to go ahead and just switch over to that subject right now, but I did want to show this one last news report. So you got people here in this video claiming that the gas is getting messed with. So let me show you a mainstream news report that talked about this, people making this claim. It's short. And then we'll move on to this Fittest Flat Earther dude, since that's what we're talking about now already. So one quick short news clip, and then we'll move on.
Sing. Gas prices in Utah are close to $1.20 higher per gallon than a month ago after the conflict in the Middle East. While AAA's average price has risen to $3.94 for a gallon of regular.
And whenever prices spike like this, complaints start pouring in from people worried they're getting bad gas to fears of being shorted at the pump. So KSL investigator Matt Gephardt went inside the state fuel lab to find out what they're actually seeing. Matt?
Danny, Mike, yeah, when gas prices shoot up, tempers often shoot up too. And suddenly a lot of drivers begin wondering, am I getting ripped off? Gas station conversations sound a little different when prices spike.
It's kind of brutal to get around right now.
They're ridiculous. It's too high. It's just getting out of hand.
Frustrations can fuel speculation. The KSL investigators hear it. So does the team that tests gasoline in our state.
We are going to hear quality. People are going to wonder if they're getting good gas at places.
All right. So before we dive into this news report, I got a request to do President Bernie blames miles per gallon decline on climate change.
So as your new president, and just like I told you, we were going to defeat the current administration and we were victorious. Now we need to get on to correcting this first problem which plagues our society. The reason why there's a decline in the miles per gallon is strictly due to climate change. It's preposterous. It's partially due to the last administration. They were pumping an extreme amount of toxins into the atmosphere. They've been polluting the ozone layer for decades. So what we need to do now, we need to pass a bill to cut down our carbon emissions. If we don't cut down our carbon emissions, you're going to continue to see climate change be the reason why your miles per gallon are going to continue to go down in this country.
There you go. There you go. President Bernie in a hypothetical. All right.
Millen Covert runs Utah's Weights and Measures fuel program. He says when drivers suspect bad gas, the lab goes looking.
We check everything.
Everything. Octane, ethanol, contaminants. And after thousands upon thousands of tests, actual bad fuel is extremely rare.
Probably about 99.5 of the times it is a good fuel.
When problems do happen, usually it's not fraud, it's water leaking in through a hose or something.
We inject this.
This is the gizmo they use to test for that.
Looks like some piss. Who knew gasoline and piss look almost identical? Anywho, so apparently, according to the mainstream news, people have concerns about whether the gas is being watered down. And according to this report, 99.5% of the time, so nearly 100% of the time when they test the gas, it's good gas. Them telling us that and running this news report just today makes me think that there's probably something happening with the gas and that they're freaking lying and doing damage control, because this report came out today. That video I showed you earlier came out yesterday. So if they're talking about this and they're saying 99.5% of the time it's good gas, that's raising concerns on my end that they're probably funking around with your fuel. Know what I'm saying?
As you can see, it's at 0.1147%.
Is that good or bad?
That's good.
Is this perfect or is perfect zero?
I've never seen zero. There's always going to be some moisture trace in fuel.
That moisture is not put there on purpose, despite the common misconception that stations might be watering down gasoline to stretch profits. Covert says that simply does not work. Are gas stations trying to water down their gas?
No, and it can't happen. They don't mix.
What about pumps shorting customers? Well, Utah tests for that too, and they say that failure rate also tiny.
Probably only 0.3% of the pumps in Utah are actually not giving you the right amount.
Still, if inspectors find a station cheating, they can be shut down and fined, but that almost never actually happens. Sometimes it's actually the opposite.
Many times we go into these complaints or we go to do our annual check with these pumps, and we find that they're actually in favor of the customer.
Now, where you may be overpaying is through your own choices. If you open up your car's owner's manual, you're likely to see that your car maker says you're supposed to use an octane of rating of 87 or.
Ah, you guys saw that, right? Look at this. This guy trying to be all slick. Check out your owner's
You're likely to see that your car maker says
right about there. That's where you want to be looking. Very sneaky. Jake, he accidentally made what you consider to be a devil horns hand sign, but clearly he's just pointing to the octane rating in the owner's manual. Nothing to see here. You're just making something out of nothing, Jake. Okay. Maybe, possibly, it's just an innocent mistake. Always an innocent mistake, right? Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. Some people say that they trust me and that I'm a trustworthy guy. I would have to agree. I trust me. And if you trust me, you'll listen to me when I tell you the gas is just fine. The gas has been tested, and 99.5% of the time, the gas tests just good. So there's no need to worry about the gas, and there's no need to worry about getting the vaccine. In fact, if you trust me, you'll shut up about the gas, and you'll get the vaccine. Please? There you go.
To use an octane of rating of 87 or higher. That's standard for most cars on the road. Well, here in Utah, that usually means the middle button, that lower button that's less than 87, although this is one place where Utah has a bit of an advantage. Because of our altitudes, some vehicles can run 85 octane just fine, even if the manual suggests 87.
A lot of those cars are built with a knock sensor that adjusts to the different octane.
Meaning drivers can save a few cents per gallon without noticing any difference.
Listen to what your car is telling you. Is it running fine? Does it sputter? Does it have pre-ignition problems?
Listen to your car when it's talking to you. Listen to your car. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where I'm going. Don't know what to do. Just listen to your car before it breaks my heart. I don't even know why I'm singing that song, but I am. So yeah, guys, there you go. Mainstream media reporting on it, which makes me think something's up with the gas. So from now on, I'm going to start paying attention to my gas tank and how fast it goes, and see if I notice any difference. We'll have you guys do the same. And then next week after, we'll see if we can come to a conclusion whether or not they're messing with our gas or not. Exposing YouTubers channel says Alanis Morissette singing the line, "He's got one hand in his pocket and the other one is flashing a devil horn." Let me pull it back up on the screen. I don't know how exactly I'm going to pull this off, but I guess I can give it a go. He's got one hand in his pocket and the other one is flashing a devil horn. This is how Alanis Morissette sings, apparently. I don't know what you expect me to do with this, but he's got one hand in his pocket and the other one's flashing a devil horn.
And I'm here to remind you of the devil horn that she flashed at me. And it's clear that you're on here to get me to act just like this. You ought to know. There you go. I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to do with that. Isn't that retarded? What am I even doing? Out of all the things I could have did with my life, it's what I do. Sad thing is, there's no escape. Kind of stuck doing this. I've done this for so long. I'm essentially not hireable. There's nobody hiring anyone anymore. So I hope I never get fired from this job. Otherwise, I'm fucked. I'm pretty much stuck doing this my whole life. Yep. Hopefully YouTube never goes away. Hopefully you guys stay fans of mine forever. This is it. This is what I signed up for. It's going to be a hell of a sight to see me doing this when I'm 60, and then 70, and then 80, and then 90. Yeah, I'll still be able to pull this off when I'm that age. Sure. It's going to work out good for me. Yeah. All right, you guys ready to move on to the next topic? I ain't worried about it. When life becomes not fun anymore, I have a plan. I'll just leave. If you catch my drift, I'll just exit. Yeah, so I'm just going to have as much fun as possible until this shithole becomes not fun anymore. And then I'm going to drive my vehicle right into the Grand Canyon and go out in a blaze of glory. But that's only when life becomes extra shitty and not fun anymore. So let's go ahead and let the good times roll until they don't anymore. All right. That's just a joke. Don't anyone take me serious. All right, so let's move on to the Fittest Flat Earther shill bag. Right after I sing the Land on the Moon song, because apparently a super chat just came in requesting I do such. All right. RY wants Land on the Moon Land on the Moon guy talks gas station and 49ers. Okay. So you want the Middle Eastern gas. Those are actually those two things are not the same, but you've made them the same. That's funny. So you think that the Land on the Moon guy is also the same guy that owns the Mini Mart and talks about the 49ers? They aren't the same guy, but I guess they could be. So for the sake of this impression, I guess they are. So of course you know that I am the guy who sings Land on the Moon, well, land on the moon, land on the moon, well, land on the moon. And I also own a very successful corner store, and I make a very good living selling cigarettes and beer. And let me tell you, the price of gas is going up so much, but I don't make that much money on the gas. We make very little on the gasoline. We make most of the money selling the cigarettes and the tobacco and the alcohol products. That is the most money that we make on our customers. And that is why the more people I see coming in to buy tobacco, the more money I will make. And that is why I will always be here for my customers night and day so that I can sell them this tobacco. The high rising cost of the gas, my friend, is causing the 49ers to be a miserable football team. They have not been the same since the gas prices have went up. One of the main reasons they were eliminated from the playoffs is not because they have a bad coach. It is because the gas prices go up, and the gas cause very much stress in the Bay Area,
and this caused a rift and a schism with the team and caused them to lose the football game. All right. I'm just getting retarded now. I don't even know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Who cares? Official Truth Seeker says, you see the weird videos the White House posted. I haven't. I guess I missed the weird videos that the White House posted. I'll have to check that out when I get done with the stream. Because up next is the Fittest Flat Earther segment, which I'm going to get into right after I finish catching up on these super chats. So then when the stream wraps up, I guess I'll have to check out these White House videos. Maybe I'll cover that in the next stream or the next video. Rex James says, Jake, where is your dog at? He should be a co-host. He's sleeping. There he is right there. See? He's literally snoring. Oh, he's a cute Ralph. There he is. See? He's here. Yeah, he's definitely sleeping, so I'm not going to wake him up. Once the stream ends, we always go for a walk. So, thank you for the super chat. Rex, I appreciate that. Excuse me. RY wants Doot Lady to make a gas price car vid.
So I thought that was a shooting, and that's when I heard do and then the ta 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 do ta 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 ta, and I thought it was someone shooting, and I thought maybe fireworks, somebody shooting a gun, but it was neither. It was the sound of the gas being burned. It causes the car to backfire. You ever hit the car when they're not running quickly and it caused the car to backfire? It's because of the gas, the low quality gas. It caused the car to go do and it's not the sound of a gun, not the sound of fireworks. It's because of the gas. That quality very low on the gas.
There you go. Doot Lady making an appearance tonight. Owie Walk says, layup super chat. Thanks for being real. Thank you, brother. Fist bumps for the layup super chat. And let's all take this time right here, right now, to hook me up with a thumbs up. If you guys are enjoying this stream and you want to continue the good times, go ahead and hit the thumbs up right now. I would very much appreciate if you did. It helps me to get pushed by the algorithm. Maybe, I hope. Who knows? It's worth a shot. So go ahead, hit the thumbs up right now. It's quick, it's easy, and it does a body good. So with that said, hit the thumbs up. And thank you for the super chat. All right. Moving along. Looks like we got more Jake the Awake memberships being gifted out. Love to see it. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the shill busting portion of the stream tonight. We're going to be busting the Fittest Flat Earther, of course. And so I found a video of him making a statement here about Prince and that he knows who Prince is currently playing the role of. So we're going to go ahead and listen to what he's got to say about Prince still being alive and still playing the role of, let's see.
What is there on this other side of?
Hello, my friends. As usual, I just want to express my appreciation and my gratitude for you being here, because if you are seeing this, you subscribe, and that means the world to me. So thank you so much. Please know that it really does. I'm not just saying that. Like, it means a lot. Now, what I think I want to do in this video is just walk you through what happened yesterday, because instead of trying to present it in a presentable way, I think if I just do the timeline and walk you through, you'll see. And it all started when I was responding to subscriber chats. And if you are seeing this on TikTok, there's not a subscriber chat area, but on Facebook and Instagram, there is literally a subscriber chat area, and the conversations are great. It's honestly like a very open and welcoming conversation area, and I'm trying to make it like a safe space. So if you subscribe on the TT and not one of those other, okay, on with the show. So I was in the subscriber chats, and Carla, just a lovely woman, said, "Tyler, have you looked into Prince yet?" And I said, "No. Would you like me to?" And she responded that that would be lovely. So what I did was I just went to YouTube and I downloaded an interview of him.
That we've just written.
Said interview.
Your favorite title in the Prince catalog. What's your favorite song? Turns you on every time you do it. I usually answer by saying the next one.
So if you couldn't hear what I was saying over that, is I literally was just watching this interview and I was like, I know I have seen that person talk before. I know I have seen those intonations in that voice and his facial expressions, and it popped in my head. It's literally that easy for me sometimes. I think I've honestly been blessed.
Every single one of his videos looks like this. He's usually pointing like this over his head at somebody's face and pointing out how this face is the same as this face, and this dimple's the same as this dimple, and this pimple's the same as this pimple, and this scar is the same as this scar. And so he's going to go on to tell us that Prince is David Blaine, the magician.
With a gift to be able to just recognize movement and faces, and I saw it right away. Literally in like 10 seconds. Like a bolt of lightning. Speaking of lightning, do you know who that is? And do you notice how the lightning is purple? Well, let's take a closer look. That is magician, not musician, David Blaine. And notice again how the words are in purple. David Blaine, who
he's gonna float the theory Prince is David fucking Blaine, guys. Okay, here's the thing. Just because somebody has a slight resemblance to somebody else, that's not enough to like say that that person's that person. And he's gonna start to show what people might consider evidence. I just want to go ahead and start by saying Prince is teeny. Prince is like listed as 5'2", and everybody knows that Prince is a tiny man. It is well documented. Guy, man, knows 6 foot tall. That is 10-inch difference. So we're talking about a guy who's 6 foot tall, and then we're talking about fucking Prince. So Prince somehow has to be 6 feet tall when he pretends to be David Blaine. I have to see some extraordinary fucking evidence to be convinced that this is possible. But guess what? He's going to make an attempt to explain away the 10-inch height difference. If it was 2 or 3 inch height difference, if David Blaine was known to be like 5'4", I'd be like, okay, maybe there's something here. But come on, 10-inch difference? How's that going to work?
An awful lot, like you know who. So much so that I knew right away. But me knowing is a lot different than you knowing. So I went about my way to find my evidence and my smoking gun, which I most certainly have. And where I first go is to my symmetry test and watch the symmetry of this eye here. I mean, it is unmistakable. Because if the symmetry doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I mean, just take a look. I mean, look at that split face there.
Not exactly a perfect match. Right? I mean, I wouldn't call these a perfect match. I'd say there's like a slight resemblance, but like I'm not seeing this dead on ringer David Blaine Prince resemblance. I'm sorry. So then if you're going to say that he's using like a hyper realistic mask or something, you have to come out and say that. You have to say it's Prince with a mask on and he's wearing what, stilts in order to be 6 feet tall. So it would have to be Prince in a mask wearing stilts. How's that? I don't see how it's possible, but he's going to go there. He's going to actually give us his reasons as to how Prince pulls off the 10-inch height difference. Imagine Tarzan. Magan Tarzan. Not sure if I'm saying it right. Imagine Tarzan or Magan Tarzan. Sending a very, very generous super chat donation. It says, Jake, times are rough. Thanks for the smiles. Hey, times are rough. The rising cost of everything. It's making it more difficult to just afford the everyday essentials and it's making it more difficult to stay alive. Quite like, let's be honest, right? The cost of being alive is just constantly going up. So it can be depressing to think about, oh, I'm sitting here breathing and there's a bill running, right? And I have to stay out in front of this bill, right? So it can definitely be depressing. So I feel you there. So times can be rough, each of us, we've got our own life, so it might be more rough for others. Some people out there have a great life and they might think everything's perfect, whereas other people out there, this might be one of the only things they get to enjoy all damn day or all week, So people out there are going through different levels of happiness and joy and depression and sadness, but I got to agree, for a lot of people out there, times are rough. So if I can help you, if I can help any of you out there get through these rough times with some smiles, well, then I'm doing my job. I'm doing something good for the world, right? So when I leave this place, people will at least be able to remember me doing something good, right? So thank you for showing your appreciation for what I'm doing here. These donations, these super chats help keep me afloat, help keeping my channel alive and thriving. So without you guys here supporting this, then this wouldn't exist. So thank you for being here, all of you guys, and supporting this channel. An extra big thank you for this generous super chat. Majin Tarzan, or Majin Tarzan, whichever it is. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
There. You can hardly tell, besides for a little bit of shading and a little bit of different eye color. But of course, I know this isn't enough for you guys, so I keep hunting. And Prince always wears a lot of makeup. A lot of makeup. So I had to go find a picture without makeup. And I found this one. And notice the scarring here. Let's see if we can find that on David. You will see it looks pretty similar here. Look at these three and these three. And then
this is where people get tricked into thinking that he's making a point. So he's pointing at some pixels on a screen from a picture, right? So how do we really know that this is a zoomed in freckle on their faces? Like, and is he really spending his time zooming in on all these celebrities' faces all day? Like, this is what he does all day, is zoom in on their freckles and shit. So this type of stuff right here is how he tricks people into buying this. Prince is David Blaine. Oh my God.
the bigger one and the big.
Look, see these freckles? Totally proof that they're the same guy.
Bigger one. Oh, but this isn't even the smoking gun. This is just to get your mind right. Because
he gets hundreds of thousands of views on these videos across all the platforms. He gets tons of views. He's heavily promoted. Even if you're not looking for this guy, you'll find this guy. So here he's going to float this notion that he's zooming in on Prince's face and David Blaine's face and seeing the same little scars and things on their face and whatnot. But they don't have the exact same face, right? So it's not like Prince and David Blaine are exact replicas of each other, right? So he acts like he's busting something. So that means if they both have the same mark on their face, then Prince can't be wearing a mask, right? So he thinks it's Prince looking like David Blaine with some makeup, but not enough makeup to cover up these freckles that he's finding. I don't know. The story doesn't make any freaking sense. And there's still a 10-inch height gap, right? And probably like a 50-pound weight difference. At least. Probably closer to a 100-pound weight difference in David Blaine and Prince.
Here's an undeniable one. An absolutely... 1, 2, 3. Let's see who those just happened to belong to.
Oh, there you go. The triangle dots on the face, right? So this is how he gets people to think that he's a legitimate truther uncovering something here. David Blaine and Prince are the same guy, because these two photos show that they have 3 freckles that are identical.
And a little harder one to see, but still, just more. Look at these, 1 and 2. And 1 and 2.
And this is every video that he does. Every single video. See this freckle? See this dimple? Same dimple and freckle over here. So we're to believe this man wakes up every day, because this is the only content he puts out, is a video like this every day. So he does this every day. He just wakes up, looks at celebrities' faces and zooms in and tries to find freckles and then find other matches for that celebrity, and then pumps these videos out every day like an assembly line, and gets promoted heavily on every platform. And we're to believe this is a regular guy doing this to help us wake up. Still want to hear how the 10-inch height difference is achieved. We're going to get to that next. RY's got a couple impression requests for me. Looks like he wants me to do Alex Jones makes a video on allegations of being replaced.
Folks, if you think that I've been replaced, then you're crazy. All right, I've already addressed this. I am Bill Hicks. Just kidding. Psych. Got ya. I ain't freaking Bill Hicks. You'd have to be a crazy friggin' moron to believe that I'm Bill Hicks. Of course I'm not Bill Hicks. I've always been the same guy. I might look younger. It's because I take all these supplements. All right? I take my health very seriously. That's how I have basically looked like I'm 10 years younger now. I changed the color of my eye, not because I'm using contact lens. I don't use any sort of contact lens. The reason why my eye color has changed is because I got healthier. The healthier you are, the lighter your eye color becomes. That's a fact that the Democrats don't want you to know.
All right, there you go, RY. Little AJ making his way into tonight's stream. And also, he wants me to do Gottis complaining about gas prices. So I wouldn't make a video, a video complaining about the rising cost of gas. And that is simply because I do not own an automobile, because automobiles are, of course, for slaves. But once in a while, I do need to go to the market and I do need to get some errands done, so to speak. So once in a while, when I need to get a taxi cab to come and pick me up to run my errands, I am noticing that I am being charged more and more for my taxi cab and Uber rides. So therefore, I am going to make a video complaining about the rising cost of gas, because it is causing the cost of my Uber and taxi rides to go through the roof. And that is why I'm going to ask you guys for your support now than ever. I literally will not be able to continue making content without your guys' donations. So if you guys could please donate more to the channel, maybe 2 to 3 times more than usual, to compensate for the rising prices of gas, that would be great, guys. Thanks for watching. There you go. There's Goatus talking about the rising price of gas. Reality Witness says Fittest flat earther fakes evidence. He showed P1000 footage of buildings in Charleston, South Carolina. He allegedly recorded from a beach in Florida. Impossible. So I'm about to bust him here in a minute when it comes to this height difference between Prince and David Blaine, because 10 inches is quite a lot. And nobody's ever looked at David Blaine and said, man, that guy sure is tiny. But everybody has looked at Prince and thought, man, that sure is a tiny dude, right? So that's going to be a problem that he's going to have to try and explain away. And when he does try and explain it, he's going to lie. And I'm going to be there to bust his ass. And we're going to see it next. Rex James says, Jake, is it me or have you noticed YouTube over the past few months is flooded with all AI vids and content proving the dead internet theory? Yeah, I've seen so much AI videos. It sucks. And there's a flood of like AI videos that like will cover any topic that's trending. So like Las Vegas tourism being down is a trending topic. So I've seen like a shitload of AI videos that takes all these random clips of like Las Vegas and just like run of the mill, just like B-roll clips, and it'll have an AI voice talking about why tourism is down in Vegas, and it'll get hundreds of thousands of views. So of course they're just going to keep cranking these out as long as they're getting views, right? So imagine like you can make a video about why tourism in Vegas is declining using all B-roll and AI, and it makes you money. Like, why wouldn't you do that? So of course there's more people out there flooding YouTube with all sorts of AI dog shit. So yeah, sad deal is this platform is being ruined. But even the stuff that's not AI, like the people who are just crying in their car about how much everything costs, like back when I started, or even 5 years ago, people didn't sit in their car and complain. But now people sit in their car and complain and upload that as content, and then people react to people sitting in their car and complaining. Like now you got Jack Morgan just reacting to TikToks, and then you got 100,000 other fucking wannabe Jack Morgans reacting to TikToks. You got guys like Zach Rios who just like, hi, today I'm going to be reacting to people who can't afford gas. Wow, gas prices are going up. Isn't that crazy? And he'll get like 400,000 views just reacting to TikToks of people talking about how expensive gas is. So the type of content that's getting views nowadays didn't used to exist even 5 years ago. So just seeing this platform change so much, it makes me sometimes wonder if I should pivot, if I need to change what I'm doing. But then I have to talk myself out of it and tell myself to keep doing what I'm doing, stick to my own guns. That way I'm different. Don't try to be like everyone else, even though they're getting a shitload of views and I'm not. Just keep being yourself, Jake, and getting a fraction of the views that all those other fucking people reacting to TikToks are getting. Resist the urge to react to TikToks, bro. Even though they're printing money doing that while I'm struggling to get 10,000 views. Yeah, man, it's all dog shit. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Just continue on doing what I'm doing is to the best of my ability is all I can do. NGA Brett, I don't want to pronounce your name too well, otherwise I'll instantly get demonetized, right? If a white man says the N-word, you instantly get demonetized. Even if it's just once, even if it's within a rap song that you like. I know because I've done it. So I can't even pronounce your name without getting dinged. Anyway, NGA Brett says, almost purchased a fake Les Paul today. Well, nowadays there's $150 guitars that are actually good. So apparently the cheap guitar market is very, very, very competitive. So I've seen a shitload of guitar videos from the guitar guys who like, talk about how, wow, this $200 guitar is the best on the market, or this $150 guitar blows me away. So apparently the $150 to $200 range, the quality of the guitars are pretty decent now from what I hear, if you buy the right brands. because of all the competitors trying to get in the market. Like the only way to stand out is to have a good product. So, yeah, as far as the guitar market is concerned, you can get a well-made, cheap guitar now without breaking the bank. Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years coming in with a super sticker. Thank you, Kevin Arnold. I appreciate the super sticker, sir. Let me check the watch page to see what it is. It says, I'll be back. I appreciate the super sticker that says, I'll be back. Do you remember back in the Terminator movie when you say, I'll be back? And then the Terminator 2 say it again. It is a reoccurring phrase that I say, and I'm famous for saying, I'll be back. There's no other actor in the history of filmmaking that has ever said, I'll be back, and it made more of an impact than what I did. The time I said, get down to the chopper, and then I said, I'll be back. There's a history-making time. All right, sorry. Sorry, you guys didn't need to hear that. Let's get back to Fittest Flat Earth. They're here. Gonna tell us how Prince is David Blaine.
Voila. It's a funny little angel tattoo he has. And well, if you're still not sold, watch this.
We looked at each other, and then she says, Are you rearranging the music right now in your head?
The suffering that she endured and how she found so much beauty out of it. I think that was like one of the...
It's really hard to watch.
Sort of
other musicians
planted the seed to...
Sorry, I'm just not seeing it. So he's playing this clip of both of them as if this is Prince and David Blaine just acting and doing the exact same thing. So because Prince went like this and then David Blaine went like this, he shows those clips side by side. Like, look, they both went like this. See? See? All right. Get to the part where, the 10-inch height difference is explained, buddy.
It's like a painting.
What is there on this other side of enduring things that are...
Now, I know where a ton of people are going to run to right away, and maybe not you guys, but the mainstream, when I release this for the general public, is the height.
Yeah, anyone with a working brain is going to ask how a 5'2" man is going to be a 6 foot tall man. And this isn't like, once on a show or something, like how Prince has to carry on all the time now being a 6 foot tall man when he was always 5'2" before. Explain it.
And let me just say this. Clearly, there's a height difference. But two things. One, he is literally the master of illusion. So I would not put it past him to literally wear stilts.
Motherfucking stilts! I literally wouldn't put it past him to wear stilts. 10-inch stilts? Are you saying Prince, who's 5'2", wears 10-inch stilts all the time when he pretends to be David Blaine? So all I got to do is find an example of David Blaine wearing shorts, showing his legs and feet. And then what are you going to fucking say? He wears stilts? Guys, he's not finished. If you're not convinced that stilts is how he pulls it off, he's got one more excuse to explain it away.
All the time. I mean, he's the guy that has done all these supposedly amazing feats. So I wouldn't put it past him. Two, I think potentially they just used an actual dancer, musician, like athletic person for concerts, because you can see clear as day that it is a smaller, shorter, really tiny person acting as Prince.
Prince has always been a tiny person. Always. He's never shown up looking like a big dude. Anytime he's on camera being interviewed by any other man, he's always the smaller man. So what the fuck are you talking about? Is it stilts? Or are they using multiple princes and one's tall and one's short? Make up your mind, shillbag lying bitch.
In concert. And 3, I said only 2, but 3, you saw the angel tattoo. Literally, I think these people are either fallen angels themselves or descendants.
Fallen fucking angels! Jake, what do you think about the fittest flat earther? He's a fucking lying shill who says that Prince is David Blaine. And then when you ask him for proof, he says maybe he wears fucking 10-inch stilts or perhaps fallen angels. Is that really a viable explanation for Prince being David Blaine? Fallen angels. Fallen angels, see? And he's got that fucking grin on his face. Yeah. He's literally the master of illusion. I wouldn't put it past him that he's wearing stilts. They have another actor who plays Prince who's short. Or the third thing, fallen angels. Oh, give that guy 1 million views. Give that guy 100,000 fucking subs. Promote him on every platform. And you know what? They are. They're promoting him on every fucking platform. And every video is this stupid. Every video features some ridiculous take like this. Everyone. You know what else he'll tell you? Not only is Prince David Blaine, but Prince is also Cat Williams. So now Cat Williams is also David Blaine, according to this motherfuck. Oh. Jake, you don't believe in fallen angels? I'm going to need to see a little more proof than him saying Prince is a fallen angel and that's how he's David Blaine. I need a little more proof. You know, I'm not a person who calls myself Christian, but if you are a person who calls yourself Christian and you fall for this motherfuck who wears a cross and talks about fallen angels, yeah, he's most definitely using your religion to dupe your stupid ass. Just letting you know, if you're Christian and you listen to this guy because you think he's Christian because he wears a cross, talks about fallen angels, you are literally being brain fucked by somebody who's lying to you on purpose and taking advantage of you. All right, got a super chat from Lemming in a shiny metal box. Very generous donation. He says, before Reverend Henry Kane became president, I got better mileage with ethanol-free fuel. Could you imitate a customer arguing with the Indian gas station clerk over the crazy prices? A customer arguing with the Indian gas station clerk. Hey, bruh, I just filled up my gas tank yesterday. That shit empty, bruh. All I did was go around the block a couple times, man. All I did was drive to work. Now my gas tank empty, bruh. Y'all motherfuckers be selling fake gas, bruh. Y'all need to give me my money back. I put $90 to fill up my tank yesterday, bruh. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be out of your mind. We do not sell fake gas here. And I am quite appalled by the insinuation that we would have fake gas in our pumps. We have very much integrity, my friend, for the gasoline and the quality of our gasoline and the prices, which are very competitive. You need to take your stinky monkey ass and you need to get out of my store. Oh, you gonna call me monkey now? That's racist, dog. All right, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna take that money. You can try it, my friend, and I will have something waiting for you. I will have something waiting for your ass if you try it. Boom, boom, if you know what I mean, monkey man. All right, there you go. Wow. The Middle Eastern guy started getting racist, calling that black guy a monkey. Did you hear that? I didn't call the black guy a monkey. The guy I was imitating called the black guy I was imitating a monkey. He's racist, not me. Thank you, Shiny Lemming in a shiny metal box, for your super chat and your imitation request. I appreciate it.
Where they have the bloodline of the fallen angels. So it's not beyond the realm of possibilities, in my opinion, that they can appear different heights and shapeshift a little. So hopefully you guys see it. I see it. And I'm going to say this is all just for entertainment purposes, because they've even been censoring my subscriber content. But guys, I appreciate you so much. I'm releasing this now, obviously, for you. You are seeing it. And I'm probably going to release a much, much watered down version.
So then he says it's all for entertainment purposes only, and that his content's being censored. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. If I go on Facebook to post a link for my own channel, and I'm not even going to hang out on there for long. I'm just only going to be on there for like a minute to post a link. If I just take a look at my my home feed, he's most likely going to be right there being promoted, right? So this guy gets promoted all over social media. I swear, if you go check into this guy on different platforms, on X and Instagram and Facebook and all that, you'll find that he gets tons of views. He's not getting censored. He's artificially being propped up, is what's happening. So it's the opposite of what he's telling you. And every video is as stupid as this one. And he pumps out a video like that every day. So you have to ask yourself, would a regular guy make content like that every day? And if so, that entails that he's waking up, zooming in on pictures of celebrities' faces all day. So he's just like, maybe I'll take a look at Michael J. Fox today. Who does Michael J. Fox look like? Let me go try and find someone else who also looks the same, and maybe they have a same freckle. I can zoom in. Like, he has a video like that every day. Like, let me show you guys what I'm talking about with this fuck. How every single piece of content looks the exact same. Like, same subject, same everything. And I'll show you some of the retarded titles. Look. Every day, it's like, every single video. Oh, Erica Kirk is Trump now, apparently. Right? Oh, look. Tim the Toolman Taylor is Chuck Norris.
I'm going to be blunt for once. It's a character death. No one died. They killed off a character, and I'm going to prove it to you. What was Chuck Norris really known?
He's literally about to push the notion that Chuck Norris is Tim Allen.
For karate. Well, you want to see something interesting?
That's right. Karate, boy, there's a sport with more power.
You remember that guy, Tim the Toolman Taylor, otherwise known as Tim Allen? Well, you should look at something. You see, once a character gets stale, like old, and you're a karate guy and no one wants to watch anymore, they kill him off. And what do I say that these fallen angels bring their wives with them? Oh boy, these mouths sure look the same, and that nose sure looks the exact same, and the symmetry's the same.
See, so every fucking video is that. At every one of them. So what he's doing is he's taking a subject where celebrities get replaced and play different roles, and he's taking a diarrhea all over the subject and infusing as much diarrhea into the subject as possible, so that if a guy like me comes along and says, hey, that celebrity don't look the same anymore, it looks like they might have been replaced, now they've got this guy there to intercept you and tell you, oh, it's this person now. And look, there's a dimple. And look, there's this freckle right here matches up. So now he's the aficionado on who's playing who. He's like the resident expert on what celebrity plays what celebrity now. And again, like I told you, like who does this every day? Who makes content like this every single day on their own without being helped, right? Like a day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. So literally pumps out a video or two every single day, like an assembly line. So that means every day he's staring at these people's faces and doing comparisons every day. Guys, I do this for a living. I do this content creation thing for a living. And let me tell you what, I get burnt out. There's days I don't feel like doing it. There's times where I go through like a creative struggle where I don't know what to talk about next, or I'm not sure what to make a video about next. Oh, but this guy, every day, he's found that the celebrity is the celebrity. Every day, he's got a new one for you. Every day. So that means he wakes up each day and just finds this, just stares at someone's face and finds a fucking freckle, and then he finds another celebrity with that same fucking freckle, and it just so happens that he just every day has a new video. And then if you have a tough question, yeah, well, what about the 10-inch height difference between Prince and David Blaine? Stilts in Fallen Angels. See the dimple? See the pimple? This is just for entertainment purposes only. My content's getting censored. Right? RY with the donation says, Jake, this Fittest flat earther guy is a plant that creates such ridiculous disinformation by talking about character deaths to discredit real truthers like you. Exactly. So now you'll go to this guy to listen to who you think is playing Dave Chappelle, or who you think is playing Jim Carrey, or who you think is playing Bad Bunny or whatever, right? So he came to my channel and commented on my live stream where I showed evidence that Bad Bunny was being played by Justin Bieber at the Super Bowl, and that Justin Bieber has played Bad Bunny numerous times, and that they've taken photos together, even fake photos, to create an alibi so that you don't fucking figure out that Justin Bieber is Bad Bunny. I proved it. Go back and watch the stream. Dedicated 3 hours to just that subject. And I spent days looking up all that shit. And that motherfucker, Fittest Flat Earther, showed up to the comment section and said, nice try, dog. I already proved Bad Bunny is Enrique Iglesias. So I fucking blocked his shill ass. And I thought to myself, you know what? One of these days, I'm going to drag this fucking shill through the coals and expose him. When the time is right, when he ain't expecting it, I'm totally going to expose his fucking shill ass. And tonight's the night. Thank you, RY, for the multiple super chats tonight, buddy. Yeah, calls himself Fittest Flat Earther. All right, let's take a look at his flat earth content, if he's got any. We'll see how long this guy's been around. We'll go to oldest video. Oldest video, 2 years. Biblical Earth model. So he's only been around for 2 years, you guys. Meanwhile, this channel started in 2016. So I've been around a decade. I've made actual flat earth content. Lots of different flat earth content. And I've corrected myself on shit that I had wrong back when I first started that I have learned is different since. So things that discrepancies I found and mistakes that I made in my presentation of the flat earth back in 2016, 17, 18, I've corrected that shit since, right? This guy shows up 2 years ago doing TikTok type videos.
If I say the word Earth, what do you think of? Obviously that, right?
Biblical and a cross. So this guy comes out pandering to the Christians just 2 years ago. And now here's the problem with Christians. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the problem with Christianity and religion in general. People out there will see the cross. They'll see that he has biblical in the title. And then the way he's talking, they'll consider that he must be a Christian. So therefore, he must be telling the truth. And they're more likely to listen to this guy with the cross and biblical in his title than me. Because I don't call myself a Christian. I don't wear the cross. I don't push any religion. And so Christians are more likely to listen to a guy like this and be duped by a guy like this than listen to me and hear the real truth and not be led astray, right? So I have plenty of Christian subscribers. Beware of these fake Christians. A police officer who's pretending to be a flat earther can pretend to be Christian. There ain't no law that says a fucking government agent can't pretend to be a man of God. There ain't no law that says they can't pretend to be a devout Christian. In fact, they do that. In fact, he's not the only pretend Christian that I've dealt with. RV, Russian Vids, They Live Truth. He's a pretend Christian who slanders me and lies about me while he won't give his name or show his face and uses Rowdy Roddy Piper's image as his own. So I know all about fake Christians telling their audience that they are the one you should trust because they're a man of God, because they're a Christian. See? So this guy pushing his biblical flat earth shit, and he only came out 2 years ago. Yeah, where was he back in 2016 when the topic was blowing up when I first started? He wasn't around.
And as a flat earther, that's what I visualize when I first hear the word earth, because it's all we've ever been taught. It's all that's ever been ingrained in our mind. We've never thought of anything else. What could be out there that's different? It's just this. And this is part of the reason why I think so many people have a hard time even wrapping their head around the fact that they.
So I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to satisfy this super chat request, but I'm going to give it a go, because I'm here to please the people, So I was hoping that by finding a mark on my ass and then comparing it to a mark on Arnold Schwarzenegger's ass, I could discover whether or not we're the same person. And as it turns out, I was watching the movie Terminator 2, where Arnold Schwarzenegger got naked in that bar, and I was comparing some of the freckles on his ass with some of the freckles on my ass. We're the same freaking person. It blew my mind, to find out that I was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I never even knew that I was Arnold this whole time. I don't even know how it's possible, but it turns out there is a way that it is possible. And it's freaking fallen angels. I'm like a fallen angel, so that's how I'm able to be Arnold Schwarzenegger and Roseanne at the same time.
That's the only way it would be possible for Roseanne to be Arnold. Fallen angels.
Live on a stationary level plane because they can't picture anything but this, or if they do, they picture the nonsense propaganda flat disk that they try to show you that flat earthers believe they live on, which we don't. So what I want to do is I want to give you a different visual so you can potentially visualize what true flat earthers actually think we are living in. So if you go on even Google and you research biblical earth, this is what's going to pop up. And this is very close representation of what most flat earthers think they live on.
Yeah, the problem is that's not a representation of the land masses. So this model kind of sucks that he's pointing at, because that it's not like you can see the United States and Africa and Antarctica and the ice wall or nothing. So this model doesn't show anything on the map that you can identify. And so I don't really like this model. Just another way to brainwash people. Oh, so don't look at the circle AE map, but look at this, which shows even less detail than the AE map.
There's a firmament above. That's a solid barrier, a dome right here. And above that is water. And there is proof of that through looking at stars, through watching a SpaceX rocket go up and scrape against the barrier. There's even proof that there's water underneath in the Great Deep. And I'm going to show you both of those. But this is your visual. It's a flat level plane with terrain, obviously, to what you witness and experience yourself. All right, now I just want you to get a visual. Think of this with that biblical Earth model.
All right, that's wrong. Spinning sun and spinning moon over the AE map. Wrong. One sun and one moon spinning in a circle is impossible. You won't get the sunrise angles and sunset angles or the moonrise angles and moonset angles correct. They'll be all wrong. Basically everywhere. So one sun, one moon spinning in a circle is disinformation, which is why guys like Russian vids still push this exact thing, which is why shills like Eric Dubé still push this, which is why shills like David Weiss still push this, because it's been debunked. So anyone who pushes this, you're just pushing something that's been debunked over and over again, even by guys like me who don't believe in a globe Earth. So yeah, here he is pushing the same old sun and moon going in a fucking circle. Sorry, fittest flat earther, but the equinox destroys the notion of one singular sun going in a circle, because everyone sees the sun rise from 90-degree east and 270 set at 270 west on the equinox. And it's impossible for everyone to see a 90-degree east sunrise and a 270 west sunset with one singular sun that's going around on the equator and between the tropics. Literally impossible on the equinox for everyone to see a 90-degree east sunrise unless each person sees their own sun, which is what's going on. Each person sees their own luminaries within their own virtual dome. And I've made videos about it, showing proof that if you point a compass at the sun when it rises throughout the year, it will destroy the notion that one sun is going in a circle. All you got to do is ask somebody in Australia during the winter months where they're seeing the sun rise and set from, and they'll say that they see the sun rise out of the southeast and set to the southwest, which is impossible on this map and model that he's showing. And I've documented this and made tons of videos and done tons of streams about it. So there's no reason for me to go back and rehash what I've already proven, but the information's out there. OJ and Toothpaste wants me to sing Those Were the Days. Like the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. And you know where you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare stakes. Everybody pulled his weight. G.R.O. Sarin great. Those were the days. There you go. Just for you, buddy. You got to be an old mother freaker to remember that show. Jake, you missed some super chats. All right, let me catch up on the super chats I missed. JR says, one of your mods is out of control. I tried to send a super chat on my usual account and found I've been bad. How can I reach out to get unbanned and tell you who I suspect is costing you money? Oh, well, tell me who you think it is. You know, maybe there's somebody who is going wild and banning too many people. And if that's the case, then perhaps somebody's wrench might need to get taken away. Mods, Don't go crazy banning people, especially if they're trying to super chat. I think you should already know that. The only time I want you guys to time people out is if they are directly attacking and slandering me, right? So if you disagree with somebody's opinion, that's not a good reason to ban somebody or time someone out. So if there is a mod out there who's going a little crazy, cool off, please. But I don't know if that's the case or not. Perhaps this guy right here said some inappropriate stuff and maybe deserved to be banned. I really don't know. Couldn't tell you what has went on. Got a super chat here with no message attached from Missy Jane. Thank you, Missy Jane. Even though there's no message attached, I really appreciate it. Doxological Thinker says, bro, everything you were saying is 100% true. I am Christian and I used to watch Fittest Flat Earther, but I woke up when he started majorly pushing the Book of Enoch, which is proven to be written by Masons. I believe all religion is created to control man's mind. So that's why I've never been quick to push any religion, because I think they use all of it against us, right? Sing Those Were the Days. I got that one. All right. Roseanne finding a mark on her ass. Fittest Flat Earther guy creates. Oh, yeah, I did miss one from RY earlier. My bad. Let me go back and try and catch up on that. RY says, fake Jim Carrey insists he's not a fallen angel. The whole concept of fallen angel, it's like, so these actors who are duping us by playing multiple roles are also fallen angels, according to Fittest Flat Earther. Why do they even get to be associated with the term angel, right? So like an angel is supposed to be like something good, right? But a fallen angel is what? Somebody bad who's here playing multiple roles and duping us. I don't know. I don't want to say something like that and instantly sound like a retard when I already talk about these subjects and know that people think that about me already, right? So I feel like if I tell somebody, oh, Alex Jones has been replaced or Joe Biden's been replaced, I truly believe that. You know what I mean? Like Dave Chappelle, I believe, has been replaced. I can't tell you exactly who for sure is playing the role. And I know it sounds crazy to some people, but it will sound extra, extra crazy if I say Prince plays the role of David Blaine and he wears 10-inch stilts and he's a fallen angel, right? That's extra, extra crazy. And I believe it is done purposely to muddy the waters of truth when it comes to the subject of celebrities being replaced and getting swapped out. I don't think they want the public talking about it. So they got guys like Fittest Flat Earther there injecting as much diarrhea into the subject as possible. Thank you, RY, for the super chat that I missed earlier. And sorry for missing the super chat, buddy. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Oh, nope, not yet. Oh, you want me to do an impression of fake Jim Carrey saying that he's not a fallen angel? Totally almost missed that. All right, buddy. So when I went to France, I was so nervous about having to give that speech. People were talking 100 miles an hour. So I wrote it and I prepared it and I delivered it. And man, it was off the hook. It was one of the best experience of my life. And then when I got home, people were saying that I got replaced by a clone. But really, what really bothered me, people were insinuating that I was a fallen angel. And that's not true at all.
it was actually tough for me to deal with after I lost my father, to have to think about being called a fallen angel and a clone. He was off the hook.
All right, sorry. Probably not the best fake Jim Carrey. I haven't practiced my fake Jim Carrey a whole lot, so I don't know how good it was. I had to remember, because I only have the one clip, two little clips of reference for fake Jim Carrey. So I don't have a lot to go on besides that one clip of him talking about giving his speech in France. All right. Sorry I missed your requests earlier, sir. Hopefully that was close enough. JR says the account banned was True Metal Jake, and I suspect Holden. True Metal Jake, huh? That name does sound familiar, and I think I do remember getting super chats from that account. So I'm going to write it down here, True Metal Jake, and I'll go through and dig through all of the banned accounts and unban you, which is going to be a pain in the ass because there's so many trolls. True Metal Jake. All right. I'll look and see if I can get you unbanned, because I do seem to recall you donating to the channel. So sometimes mistakes happen. So perhaps you might have been saying something about someone I was talking about on screen, and maybe Holden thought you were making fun of me. Maybe he accidentally banned you on accident. I don't know. All I know is sometimes it does happen. People will say something about somebody I'm talking about, and one of my mods will think that they're talking about me. And so mistakes happen. So perhaps I can go back and find you and get you unbanned, and we can get this all settled. How does that sound? So when the stream ends, I will unban you if I find you. And sorry about the getting banned thing and all that stuff. It happens every once in a while. And Holden's a nice guy, so I don't think he was trying to just ban anyone for no good reason. Stop. Rocky Shepard said, do Trump doing the alien disclosure? So I've been holding back the news for long enough. This is actually some of the most exciting news that I've been able to share with you in quite a while. We have discovered there is, in fact, alien life out there. Now, we wanted to make sure we had all of the facts together before we presented you with this information. And it seems we do. Seems we have enough information now that we can finally disclose there is indeed life out there. And this is the exact reason why I brought you Space Force. Creepy Joe wanted to defund Space Force, and it was because he wanted to keep you from finding out that there is life out there in other galaxies, on other planets. Creepy Joe and the left wing were trying to keep the disclosure from you, and that's why I'm here, very excited to disclose this information. Now, of course, China, they're not going to like that this information's coming out. They like to lie to their citizens. They like to not disclose anything. Quite frankly, they're going to do what they do. We're going to do what we do. Nobody discloses information like we disclose information here in the good old US of A, the hottest country in the world. And now that we're running strictly on Trumptricity, not only are we going to be disclosing that there is alien life out there, but also ghosts are real as well. That's right. Aliens exist, and so do paranormal ghosts. There you go. Trump disclosing that aliens and paranormal ghosts exist. Are we all caught up now? And Holden says that it wasn't him and he had to reverse bans. All right, so Holden says it's not him. I'll go through and look him up. I wrote down True Metal Jake here on the paper, and I'll even circle it and put a star next to it. I've had to do this a few times before. I've even made the mistake of banning people that were talking about somebody else or talking to someone else in the chat, and I thought that they were saying something negative to me or making fun of me. So it's happened where I've got it wrong and accidentally kicked someone out. It can happen. Bob Line says, oh wait, I already read that one. All right. Looks like OJ and Toothpaste sent one wanting me to do Richie from Boston, it looks like. All right. OJ and Toothpaste says, Richie from Boston on the ICE situation in the airports. So one of the main reasons why I refuse to fly is because of the hassle that you have to put up with at the airport. That's why I prefer to drive around in my Overlander. But at any rate, I have been hearing reports from all over the country that what's going on in the airports is absolutely insane. So right now you have ICE agents at the airport. You have TSA employees are resigning. They're quitting in record numbers. And airports are closing down. Flights are being canceled. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep people from traveling. They want to limit how much you travel and where you travel to. And this is all by design, of course. And one day you're going to see all airports shut down. You're going to see travel come to an end, except for those who are in the elite club. At any rate, like, share, and subscribe, or don't. This is Richie from Boston. And I'm out. There you go. All right. Are we all caught up now? I think we're all caught up. All right, so let's bring Fittest Flat Earther back for a few more minutes, and we'll put a bow on this topic and wrap up this stream.
This would be rotating around in the firmament, and you can see the sun just goes farther away. It's not setting because the Earth is rotating. It's just going farther away. It wouldn't shrink and grow if the Earth were just rotating. And
the sun doesn't shrink, you fucking idiot. So now he's pushing the same disinformation that Russian vids pushes, that the sun goes away from you and shrinks. The sun doesn't shrink. You see it go down. It gets bigger, and it appears to go into the ground. You watch it appear to go into the ground. Don't fucking lie. You don't see the sun shrink into a dot. You only see the sun shrink into a dot on YouTube videos being pushed by fake Christians pushing disinformation, not with your own two eyes. Guys, have you ever with your own two eyes seen the sun shrink into a dot? Be honest with yourself.
farther away. It wouldn't shrink and grow if the Earth were just rotating and the sun stayed 93 million miles away.
It doesn't shrink, bro. So here he is talking about the sun shrinking as it goes away from you, which is shill shit. That's exactly what Russian Vids says. And Russian Vids lies to his audience, claims he's Christian, and he tells his audience verbatim, Jake the Awake is trying to keep you from God's created flat earth, trying to keep you from God's biblical creation. And he's lying about the sun. The sun, as you can see, goes around inside the dome, and it does shrink. If you go to a place like Africa, you'll see clearly that the sun does shrink. So that's what RV tells his audience. A guy who doesn't show his face or give his name gives this exact same disinformation out. And I've proven it wrong. So check it out. Have you seen the sunset? Be honest. Do you see it shrink into a tiny dot? Or do you see it get big as it gets close to the horizon? and then appear to go into the horizon. LaFleur says never has. Exactly. You don't see it shrink. Almond Scented says never. Davey D says, what a tard shill earther. Yeah, just pushing the same disinformation that's been debunked for many, many years now, with the sun and moon going in a circle and a shrinking sun. Kelly Yamaguchi says, sing Chris Cornell, Go Hungry for Chet and Ralph. I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I don't mind stealing bread from the lives of decadence. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. Going hungry. Down, down, round. Down, down, round. I don't mind stealing bread from the lives of decadence. I'm going hungry. All right, the really super high ascending vocal of Chris Cornell is super tough to pull off on that song, but the lower vocal of Eddie Vedder is much easier to pull off. I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence. That part's easy to pull off. The super, super high ascending part of the chorus where Chris Cornell is screaming at the top of his lungs. Woo, it's a little too high. I can do Chris Cornell songs, but they have to be the songs where he's singing lower, not the ones where he's screaming at the top of his lungs, right? Hang my head, drown my fear, till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? There you go. Gave you a little extra. Thank you, Kelly Yamaguchi, for the sing-song requests from the grunge era. One of my favorite times in rock music history. Stop, Ralph. Wait, Ralph. All right.
It's right there. It's close. Watch how it just comes back in and it grows and it shrinks. If the sun or the earth were just rotating. This is what the sun is actually doing. It's what causes days. It's what causes seasons. It causes time zones. You see, we're not rotating 360 degrees in a day. The sun is rotating around us in 24 hours, and that's what causes a day.
Yeah, wrong. Incorrect. Anyone still pushing that the sun and moon go around in a circle is a fucking liar and a shill. Yeah, explain the equinox when everybody sees the sunrise from 90 degree east. Even somebody way down in South America and somebody in Canada who are tens of thousands of miles apart going to see the same 90 degree east sunrise basically and 270 west sunset. Impossible if the sun's between them going around in a circle on the fucking equator. But that's for people who, do real research. People who do real experiments, like myself, right? There's a reason why the shills never do any real research or any real experiments, because it would debunk the lies that they've been telling. That's why you never saw Eric Dubé ever do a single experiment, because it would debunk the bullshit that he's told you. That's why you don't see Fittest Flat Earther going out with a compass and proving that this one sun goes around in a circle. It's because it's impossible. All right. With that said, I think I'm about ready to wrap this stream up. But it looks like I missed a super chat, so let me catch up on that before I wrap it up, before we say goodbye. All right, read that one. Here it is. RV interprets for Stephen Hawking. That's absolutely ridiculous. You guys, Stephen Hawking, he's telling lies right now. He's saying that the earth isn't flat. And he's saying that the earth was created in a Big Bang explosion. Absolutely ridiculous. Guys, Stephen Hawking is trying to keep you from God's created flat earth, from God's biblical cosmology. As you know, the sun goes around in a circle from tropic to tropic. And of course, guys like Fake Jake likes to lie to his audience and say that this doesn't happen. Fake Jake and Stephen Hawking are trying to keep you from God's created flat earth. It's absolutely ridiculous. There you go. That's what RV would say. There's still people who listen to that dumb fuck. A guy who doesn't give his name, doesn't show his face, says that the sun shrinks into a dot, which you've never fucking seen happen. And he'll tell you, I'm Jake the Fake, and that I'm here trying to keep you from God's created earth. Meanwhile, the dude uses Rowdy Roddy Piper's face and image and likeness as his own. What man do you know uses a professional wrestler as their own likeness? This motherfucker literally, RV, Russian Vids, for many years, has used Rowdy Roddy Piper, a professional wrestler and actor. He uses his face and image as his own. So RV wishes that he was Rowdy Roddy Piper, and I guess he is a Rowdy Roddy Piper taint licker. I guess he worships Rowdy Roddy Piper so much so that he uses his face and image. And people listen to this guy and they'll say, Jake, RV debunked you. RV said that you're a liar trying to keep people from God. I'm like, why are you over there watching that fucking fake Christian who uses Rowdy Roddy Piper's image, right? But they do. People still watch these shills, and then they come back and tell me what they said. It's like, I've already debunked what he said. He's just repeating shit that I already debunked again. He repeats the same shit about me every year, even though I already debunked it 3 years ago, right? So I'll make a video debunking RV, and then the very next year, he'll repeat the same shit about me and re-release the same video about me, saying that I'm Jake the Fake trying to keep you from God's flat earth and that the sun goes in a circle. And he tells his audience that I am lying about the sun not going in a circle. Meanwhile, I have shown countless proofs. Compass readings of the sun in Australia and Tasmania. Different people around the earth pointing their compass at the sun, reiterating that I'm telling the truth. And he still will tell his audience the same lie, that the sun goes in a circle. That's what shills do. They just keep pushing the same lies over and over again. And then when you call them out and prove that they're lying, they'll go, nuh-uh, you're lying. That's what they do. Nuh-uh, You're the one who's lying. It's absolutely ridiculous. Jake the Fake trying to keep you from God's flat earth. I'm going to use Roddy Piper's face as my own. RV also pushed veganism. Yes, exactly. So he told people that when I ate raw meat that I got really sick. So he's made up lies because I've eaten raw meat on camera. I've eaten raw beef and drank raw eggs to show people that there isn't a danger in eating fresh meat. There isn't a danger in drinking raw eggs. So I've done it multiple times, right? Not just once or twice, but a lot. And this dude tells his audience that I got really sick eating raw meat and that's why you don't see me do it anymore. So he's made up lies and his audience runs with that shit, right? So yeah, a guy who doesn't show his face, doesn't give his name, steals a professional wrestler's face and image and uses it as his own. And then he goes as far as to sell Roddy Piper's face and image on shirts and mugs and stuff. So he has merchandise featuring essentially like scenes from They Live. So the movie They Live with Roddy Piper, he'll have like that version of Roddy Piper on a coffee mug and he'll fucking sell it. Like, dude, you're selling They Live Truth coffee mugs with Roddy Piper's face on it and you don't find that to be shilly, but you're going to call me Jake the Fake and I use my real name? Like, I'm Jake Gibson. That's my name. This is my face. So, yeah, you know my name. You know what I look like. And I do live streams like this where I talk to you directly. Meanwhile, RV, he's never done a stream where he's looked at you in the camera like this and talked to people like this. He only does a live stream when he has a guest, and his guest is always a shill. And then he'll spend 2-3 hours with a guest talking about how I'm Jake the Fake, lying to people about the flat earth, keeping people from God's creation. That's when he'll do a stream. Got a donation from Aaron David Spiegel. And I don't recognize the name, so it might be the first time he's donated. And he says, the human imagination is source creation. I've heard something like that, like all of our consciousness is creating all of our surroundings and whatnot. Is that what you mean? Like all of our collective consciousness is what's creating our collective experience here together? But then again, our human imagination is limited by what we've been shown, and our imagination could be unlocked in ways we can't even imagine if we were shown the real truth, if we were shown like that there's other lands and magical abilities to create intricate buildings and designs with your thoughts and with your mind. You know, if we were shown that we could do that, then what you're saying would make a lot more sense. But I just can't say for sure if the human imagination is the source of creation or not, or if something else more sinister created this place, right? Interesting to think about, though. Exactly. All right, guys, I'm getting hungry, and my dog wants to go out on a walk. He's woke up. He's getting antsy. So you know what? We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Call it a night. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And thank you for all of the generous super chat donations tonight. Pretty sure I got them all. And I want to thank everybody for hanging out on another wacky, wild Wake 'em Up Wednesday. I saw some new faces in chat tonight. I'm going to go back and watch the replay. While I'm doing the stream, there's a ton of messages that I don't get to read, and I don't get to see all of what's said in chat. So one thing I do is when the stream ends, usually the next day or sometimes later that night, I go back and I watch the replay at like 1.3, 1.4 speed, and I check out all of the live stream comments that came in so I can see who was here, who said what. So if I didn't pull up your comment and read it live, I will go back and watch the replay, and I will see who was here and who said what. So good news is I always do read the comments and see what has been said and who showed up. Joey GG or Jewy Egg. Jewy Egg says, bone for Ralphie. Last few shows, so smart and hilarious. Been missing live, but watch the vids. Darling! Becky, get down here! There's Ralphie. Ralph. JJ00EE G just sent you a super chat for a bone, Ralph. Ralph got a super chat for a bone. Ralph gonna eat a bone. Ralph gonna eat a bone. Ralph gonna eat some motherfucking bone. Ralph gonna eat a bone. Good boy, Ralphie gonna eat a bone. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video or the next stream, whichever comes first. And until then, peace out. Stay safe. Enjoy your life to the fullest. And make some pancakes. Yeah. If you haven't made homemade pancakes in a while, make some homemade pancakes. Some flour and some egg and some milk. Look up a homemade pancake recipe. Make yourself some homemade pancakes and get yourself some real maple syrup, and then mix the maple syrup with melted butter, and then pour that on your homemade pancakes, and then come back and thank me afterwards. When was the last time you made homemade pancakes? Probably has been a while. And guess what? It's easy. It's easy. I don't even know why I'm talking about pancakes. Probably because I'm getting hungry and I'm thinking I want some homemade pancakes. That's probably why. All right. Good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.